Hey everybody, good morning. We have a special guest. It's Bugsy. Hi Bugs. Say hi to everybody. She always joins us every morning, but usually she's in her bed. She's sitting over. We thought she needs to join us this morning. She's so cute. Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning so far. It is early still. We still have the whole day ahead of us. And here's what we're talking about today. Your personal power. Have you ever felt that you, at one time in your life, felt powerful and were making the right decisions and everything was going great, and then something happened, divorce, a loss of a job, and I don't know, an injury, any of those things, and all of a sudden you literally felt powerless. You felt like you had no power in your life. You felt weak and like, how am I ever going to get through this? I don't know. I don't have any power. And that is incorrect. You always have power. You have personal power. You have energy. And it's a matter of finding that personal power or refinding it in most cases. Because we're born with that power. Innately, we're born, when we're babies and newborns, we are born with that. And we lose it along the way a lot of times. Depending on what is going on in our life and depending on how we think about the world. So here's my strategy on regaining your power. Number one, you have to take responsibility for your actions, right? So if you're going through life blindly, blaming everybody else for the things that are happening in your life, that's not taking responsibility. When you take a look at your own life and your own self and the choices that you have made, things don't happen to you. You choose these things. When you take a look at it, when you take responsibility and really open up and look at that, and you all of your dirty laundry, everything, and take responsibility for that. That is the first step in regaining the power that you have inside of you, your own personal power.
Personal responsibility.
Yeah. The second step is start from the basics. Learn to who you are. What do you like? What do you want? Start from the basics, literally, like what we do in the morning. This is not just for fun. We don't do this for fun. This is to regain, to keep our own personal power so that we're strong physically, emotionally, and mentally. To be able to handle what the hell is happening in this world.
Maybe it's a government conspiracy keeping them from working.
Probably not.
Probably not.
But you start with the basics. You start with the basics, developing a morning routine. The morning routine should consist of things like physical workout, some time in meditation, or that type of practice, mindfulness. Eating a good eating right, making sure that you have good food available to you, drinking clean, fresh water. Looking at some of the things that maybe you need to tweak. Are you drinking too much caffeine? Are you drinking too much alcohol? Are you getting enough sleep? Those are the basics to regain your strength and your personal power that you have inside of you, that we all have inside of us, that sometimes we lose in our lives. So here today and every day, Monday through Friday, David and I are here to empower you, to inspire you, to motivate you, to gain your own personal power that you have inside of you. I'm very passionate about this, as you can see, at 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. Actually, I get up at 4:30. But it's true, because this is what we've done. And you also have to have goals and, and things that you have to look forward to. Don't let the things that's going on around you in this world stop you from going on your path to create your greatness and to create the things and do the things that you really want to do. We're not letting it stop us. We still have plans to go forward, whether we can find gas or not. That's the way it is. Don't let other people and things stop you, especially when you think about the common sense stuff. like going outside with a mask on. It's just common sense. Or in a restaurant, it's okay to not wear a mask when you're sitting, but it's not okay to not wear a mask when you're standing. It's just not common sense. Use your head.
Science.
Think for yourself. Look it up. Do some research. Do some reading. Regain power, damn it. Don't let other people. Maybe it's a loss of a relationship or a loved one, loss of a job, a change in where you live. Those kinds of things tend to try to take our power away, but we don't let it take our power away, do we? We take personal responsibility for our choices. We start good at the beginning with a good morning routine and taking care of ourselves, the one body that we've been given. This body is gifted to us. Do you realize that? This is a gift, what we have here. It's not our responsibility to take care of it, and that's what we're helping you with here for this morning. And sorry I got so serious, but it's the truth. It's the truth. This is what it is the truth. And I want to see every single one of you feel the same way that we do. Powerful, helping others. David's going to I'm going to be the trainee. He's going to be my instructor. And there are some times where we have to kind of rest. And that's one of those days for David.
Well, what I did is I've been doing a lot of deep stretching in my back, and I think I like overstretched a bit. It feels very loose right now, and getting a little bit of twinges when I move too far. So I'm just going to take a break for the day.
Cool. And he works hard all day doing setting times. He does other physical work as well. All right, everybody. So let's get started. Everybody get up off your couches, put your coffee, tea, water, whatever it is that you're drinking down. And we're going to get started with a little bit of a warm up here. And the pink day. The sun is out. It's a beautiful day here in Upper Northeast. We're going to start with hops. Yeah, we'll get the hops going. And you don't have to hop. You can just go like this if you want. But the idea is to really drop your shoulders down. Loosen up your arms. It's as if that stress is just coming right down from your shoulders down through your arms, right up your fingertips. So let it all go. You can hop back and forth like this. You can drop your arms hard or soft or whatever feels good to you. This is a feel good time. This is when we just want to be able to wake our body up. Karate chop hands, or as I like to call it, wicking water off your hands. Like yesterday I went and got groceries and I had to use the restroom first thing. So it's funny. I hope there's no cameras. Well, there shouldn't be any cameras in the restroom. But you try not to touch anything. You're trying to not to touch anything. You're using your elbows for everything. And you finally get all done and you wash your hands and there's no paper towels. And I will not use those dryer things. So you have to go like this before you go back up to resume your shopping. Same thing, just dropping your hands down. This feels really good this morning. I hope all of you are having a fantastic morning so far. And we're just going to do some body twists. And we're twisting at the hip crease. Make sure you're bending your opposite knee or leg so that you're not torquing that. And then as we come around, we can tap our body where our hands hit. It can be up here. It can be down here. Doesn't really matter. Just waking up the body. Take some deep breaths as well. So that's something I can talk about too, about breathing. I did a class on breathing last week with my yoga class. And we're going to do some hands on the hips, feet hip width apart. And we're just going to do a few head rolls here. So most people, when they breathe, are breathing through their chest with small little breaths. So they breathe through their mouth and this is how a lot of people breathe. So if you're sitting next to somebody, or you're with somebody, take a listen to see how they breathe. Really, what should happen, and I also hear this, well, you need to get the breath all the way down into the tummy. Well, it really needs to go here in the diaphragm. This is where your breath needs to really go, here. You need to get it down to here. And you should be breathing through your nose, taking nice long breaths. And the other couple of parts that we breathe that we need to get oxygen into is our sides and our back. So when you breathe in, and you're breathing that air into your diaphragm here, check and see, you can put your hands here to see if you're also getting some air into the side of the body. And you can put your hands on your back and see if you're getting air into the back of your body. Really, really important, and then it gets distributed throughout the rest of your body. So check and see, how you're breathing. Shoulder rolls, we're just gonna go back here, nice big shoulder rolls. I put my hands right on the top of my shoulder here, just a nice stretch. You can go as fast or slow as that you want. But it is important, breathing is important. There's a book that we just listened to, it's called Breath. It's a yellow book, you can find it on Audibles. So interesting, so much information about how to breathe properly, why you want to breathe properly, and how it affects your health. Allergies, do you have allergies? Do you have autoimmune disease or anything like that? Then you'll want to read this or listen to this book. Let's do hip rolls. And we're just drawing a circle with our hip on the floor. Feet hip width apart. Nice. So you can get your hips in the corner. So we just go corner to corner to corner to corner. This is a really good stretch, particularly if David has us doing get-ups. You can tell they're my favorite. Let's go the opposite direction. Really get a good hip rotation here. And you can do side to side like this. You can even incorporate body tapping side to side here. You can do the cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha. David always laughs when I do this one. And then we're going to go to knee rolls. So just a little bit of a knee rotation here, just getting everything warmed up. Bubsy's just laying on the floor next to her toy. Yes, she is. And with the knee rotation, you can also incorporate the ankles. Really important to kind of get your feet warmed up as well, because we use our toes when we work on the kettlebell. I just want you to stand with your feet hip width apart, and I want you to get a good solid foundation on the ground, and I want you to just lift just your toes up. Lift your toes up and put them down. Lift your toes up and put them down. We'll do that one more time. Lift your toes up and put them down. And then the only other thing I want you to do is I want you to come up on the balls of your feet and just stretch your feet. So we're going to go up and down, up and down. And if this is hard for you to do both at the same time, you can do one at a time. Just basically stretching your feet out a little bit, because we do grip with our toes and we use our feet for our foundation when we're working. All right, I think we're ready. Okay, let's see what David has in store for us. And you might want to speak a little bit louder. I can hardly hear you.
So let's start with just swings. We'll start with 20 full swings. First 10 with 2 hands. The next 10 alternating single arm swings. Generating the power from your hips. Keeping your shoulders seated. Good.
9, 10.
Now alternate one arm.
2. Am I supposed to go to the next arm? 3. 5, 6, 8, 9, 10.
All right, bring it on down. So let's actually do some of those, a few more of those single arm swings. And now what I was noticing about what you were doing is you're you were handing it off from here to here, right at the top. And instead, what you want to do is, instead of grabbing here with your pinky to the end of the handle, grab with your pinky to the middle.
And twist it up.
Yeah, and this is what I like to do. Start with just without the kettlebell, just stand in front of it. And pretend you have the kettlebell in one hand. Your thumb goes back at the bottom.
Okay.
All right, and then you're going to come up and clap, both thumbs up.
And that goes down.
And then this here. And that way, if you do this, if you think about that clapping, that's how you're going to change hands. At the top of the swing, your hands, both thumbs up, right? Like that. So it goes, when that clap happens.
Yep.
Right. Okay, so 10 more single arm swings. There we go. Precisely. 5 more. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so the next set we're going to do is the halo. Things with the halo is you're trying to not let your wrists bend as you bring it around your head. A lot of people I see, they're bending their wrists as it goes around. Imagine you've grabbed a steel bar and you've bent it and you're holding on to it. So that bar doesn't allow you to bend your wrists at all. Right.
4, 5,
And then the other direction.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Bring it down. So we're going to do another set of 5 on each direction, only this time you're going to use momentum. You're going to grab the kettlebell by the horns, same way you just had it. Start it swinging back and forth. And then all at once it's going to go around the head. Now, try not to flex to the side with your spine. Keep your core fired. Rotate your body. Continue with your halo. Rotate your body. Right? So what you're trying not to do is twist and bend your spine very much. As much as you can, you want to keep yourself perfectly straight and use the same technique. Start with it swinging.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
And then, does it matter which?
2, 3, 4, and then the other direction. And use momentum. 2,
It's hard not to use your body.
3. Just
Oh.
twist your spine.
Okay. What you mean?
Yeah, you did at the very end. I could see you were using your hip.
Yeah, which is, I wasn't doing before.
These things take time. These things take time. Okay, bring your bell back onto the mat. And you're going to swing the kettlebell up to the rack position. All right, now with the kettlebell in the rack, it's pulling you in this direction. You're going to stay straight. Don't let it pull you to the side. You're going to maintain that position as you do 5 squats on this side and then 5 squats on the other. Nice and low. Keep yourself stable. Nice. Very good. And hands.
4, 5.
Good. Excellent. So I'm going to grab a really small kettlebell to do this demonstration. So what you're going to do is this. You're going to take your kettlebell and you're going to bring it from a rack position. You're going to take the other hand and you're going to grip over the top of this hand. And what I'm going to do
Can
is
you get up close to the camera so they can actually see you and I can follow along after?
I'm going to over grip this hand. I actually have to back up a little bit so you can see me move. And I'm going to shift over to this leg and back. As I do, I swing the kettlebell across, and now it's effectively racked on this side. When I swing across, it changes. So the exercise is 1 and 2.
And you're bending your knees slightly, correct?
3. Yeah, I'm going to start in sort of my normal kettlebell swing position, right, which is not fully straight up and down, but slightly bent on the knees. Shift across. And now, what's happening here is that you're trying to keep control, using your core muscles, keep control of that kettlebell. So you're going to do a total of 10. So each time you go across, it's going to count 1. So here we go. Grip over the top.
Okay.
Yep. And now try one by just switching to the other leg and flip the kettlebell around. There.
Where does this leg go?
It's just hanging.
Oh.
Hang leg, hang leg. Right. There it is. And 2. And 3. And 4. Keep it up high. And 5. Set it down.
I like that. I could probably do 5 more.
Good, because we're going to do a few.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a few different versions of this exercise, and we're gonna kind of combine them together a little bit. I'm gonna go back down to this small kettlebell. Now, we did that in a rack position. We're gonna now do that down here at our hip. So I'm gonna hold the kettlebell at my hip, and I'm gonna shift and bring it across, like so.
Okay.
Same thing you just did, only down low.
And you want to keep your shoulders.
Yep, always keeping your shoulders seated. This is going to challenge your stability of your core and the seating of your shoulders. So bring it down here to your hip and swing it across to the other hip. Yep, don't try and pick it up. Just swing it across from one hip to the other. This is to prepare you for what we're going to do next. Try not to let it go to the outside. Bring it to your hip. There. Yeah. And 3, and 4, and 5. Set it down. Good. Now we're going to combine those two together. So the exercise looks like this. I go from my hip to my shoulder. Right? And then it goes to the other shoulder and to this hip. So in lifting terminology, this is called the lift and the chop.
Right.
Okay.
I've done that with some workouts before.
Sure. The lift and the chop are two underrepresented techniques in most people's lifting regime. And they are very, very core centric and very functional in the strength that they give you. Okay. So give this a try. You're going to go from shoulder to opposite hip. So you shift this way, bring it to your hip, and then back up to your shoulder. Right. Try and make a nice smooth transition. 1, 2, yeah, 3, 4. And now try to get a little further distance out of your shuffle. Good. Yeah. And one more side. And then bring it across to the other shoulder, and then down to the other hip as you go.
I don't know how
And
many.
set it down.
I definitely can feel it like in the sides of my core. The sides.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's a good exercise. And there's even ways of combining them together. So a lot of these exercises, they start out basic and they can get more complex as you go.
Yeah, cool.
All right. So grab the bell, bring it back onto the mat. So the other day we did some switch racks where we step back into our lunge and did a switch rack.
Where's my glasses? Just want to see who's here with us this morning. Shout outs. We have Mindy. Good morning, Mindy. How you doing? Cha-Cha is here. Cha-Cha, love that name. And Terry Tremblay. Good morning, Terry. So happy to see you this morning. Great to have you all here with us. Okay.
Okay, so the other day we did our switch rack, and then we combined the switch rack with stepping back. Swing, switch, swing, switch. We're going to do the same thing, only this time we're going to step forward. So we're going to start with just the switch rack. So you're just going to keep your feet parallel, swing position, switch rack as you come to each.
And you stop up here.
And you're stopping at the top. So let's start with just the switch.
Okay. Now what do I do?
So you're going to take the kettlebell, you're going to swing it, and then you're going to spear this hand through and change to racking on the other side. Got it. And 2, and 3, and 4, 5. One more. 6. All right. So now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to step forward as we do. So it goes switch rack and step. Switch rack and step. Stepping with the opposite leg from the kettlebell. Swing and switch hands. Swing and switch hands. Right.
Oops.
Nice. Two more. 1, 2. Set it down.
Definitely challenges your brain
It does.
because you have
It does.
to your coordination.
It's true. And this is a good point. Resistance training is about more than just working your muscles. How many of you guys have seen somebody who's small, tiny little person, man or woman, but incredibly strong? It's because they understand their body. Strength is about understanding. And that understanding comes from...
Bugsy's chasing her tail. Okay.
Nice.
Way to go, Bugsy.
Oh
my God, that was just hilarious.
All right. So where are we at? We are at
we did switch.
Okay, so what I'd like you to do now is some hardcore cardio work. So let's do.
I like how he does this when he's not working out.
Absolutely. It's much easier when I'm not doing. So let's do the 5 tiers.
Okay.
So all the kettlebell, not all, most of the kettlebell techniques have the same power dynamic. It's firing with the core. This set is swing, high pull, same power dynamic. Swing to the rack and press, same thing, using your hips. Snatch and squat, change hands. Same thing. So it's going to be 5 on each side.
And you're going to,
count.
well, Also, I need to hear swing,
Yeah.
high
That's
pull.
what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna count it. Here we go. So begins with a swing with one hand. Here we go. Swing, high pull, rack it, press it, all the way to the bottom and snatch. Re-rack it, squat. Change hands. Changing hands as you're swinging now. High pull. Rack the kettlebell and press it, and snatch all the way to the bottom. Re-rack it and squat. That's one. Change hands. High pull. Rack and press. To the bottom and snatch. Rack it and squat. Change hands. Where's your swing? High pull. Rack and press. Snatch. And squat. That's two. Change hands. High pull. Rack and press. Change hands. High pull. Rack and press. Snatch. And squat. That's three. Change hands. Two to go. Very nice. Change hands. High pull. Rack and press. Squat. That's four. Last one. High pull. Rack and press. Snatch. Squat. Last one. Change hands. High pull. Rack and press. Snatch. And squat. Set it down. Nice.
Ah,
Yeah.
that is
And you know what's interesting is that you can feel any variation that isn't perfect form now. Can't you?
yeah.
This is perfect form with all of your stuff. This is key. It's not just key to getting stronger. It's key to staying safe. That's excellent work. Excellent work. The more you do this stuff, the more aware of the details you become, and you'll feel little wobbles here, little jerking and pulling there that should be smooth.
And it really helps to be able to see yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I can see myself in the camera, so if I'm not fully locked out, I can see it, which helps me bring it up to be able to be. I couldn't even do this before.
Yeah.
Literally, I could not.
You know, you're like, how do people even do lockdown?
I couldn't do that, like all the way up to my ear like that. I could not do that a couple of months ago.
Yeah, that's right. People are like here, and they're like, "What? My arm is straight." No,
I was like, here. I just could not get it up this way. So it's amazing.
Christopher.
Hey, Chris. It's amazing how just from practicing, and it doesn't have to be hours and hours at the gym. Mm-hmm. It's consistency, persistence, it's dedication. It's doing it, even when you don't feel like doing it, as long as you're not injured or tired. David's taken today because his back was bugging him. So you have to do that as well. But on a regular basis, if you do what we're doing, this is what you get. And what's cool about this is that it's 58 years old. It's not 32. It's not, 40, 58 years old. And I can't tell you how much pride I have in that. And this is what I do for a workout. It's amazing. I've also really honed in my eating lately.
Mm-hmm. That's the other, it's just as important.
Which makes a really big difference, particularly for women who are menopausal or who are after menopause. you usually gain weight here. So you really have to lower. We don't need, as we age, we don't need as much food. That's the first thing. And we get used to eating a lot of food when we're young because we can eat, gosh, so the hardest part for me is not what to eat. It's about how much to eat because I love food and I eat quickly, which is another issue because I eat quickly. So my body doesn't register that I just ate all that. So it thinks it needs more. So that's another tip. Slow down, chew your food. Eating quickly or eating slower is my number one hardest thing. And also how much to put on my plate is the number two hardest thing for me. So without feeling deprived and making sure you're eating enough. That's the other end of the spectrum as well. There's a fine line between all of that. Whew, having said that, thank you for the workout today.
You're welcome.
I love you. And we'll be back here tomorrow morning. It's Friday tomorrow, so we're going to have an extra special workout for you tomorrow morning.
Nice.
Make this day the best day of your life today. And we should be doing that every day. Hope you have a fantastic day. Sending all of you love, joy, peace, and happiness. And see you here tomorrow morning. Love you guys.